Hi everyone, today we're working on the LeetCode challenge number 476 called Number Complement. In this challenge they tell us the complement of an integer is the integer that you get when you flip all the zeros to ones and the ones to zeros in the binary representation of that integer. So for example, if you're given the number 5 in binary, that integer is represented by 101. So if you flip all the zeros and ones around, its complement would be 0, 1, 0. And they want us to return this number back in its decimal value. So 0, 1, 0 becomes the integer 2. So hopefully that all makes sense. Let's jump into the code here and get started. So we're given a number, and we'll kind of use this first example as we talk through it. So if we're being given the number 5, the first thing we want to do is convert that number to its binary representation. So I'm going to declare a variable to hold that, bin, short for binary, and we're going to use the toString function here. So we're going to pass num.toString, and we want to say 2 in there, and that the toString method allows you to actually pass in a different base to convert the number to a different base. And always like to just double check that things are working as we go through the process. So we'll do a quick console log here and make sure that's doing what we expect it to. It's loading a little slowly today. LeetCode. Okay, scroll down. Yep, and that's the binary representation of the number 5. And that will be a string value. So as we continue with this, we want to remember that what's stored in this variable is a string of 101. Now what we need to create is a variable that will that we can use to build the complement number. I'm going to set that equal to an empty string for now, and then we are going to iterate through this binary string that we have. So I'll say let character of the binary variable. We're going to iterate through this, and for each one what we want to do is check if the character is equal to 0, and if it is, we want to add to our complement variable the string 1, else if the character is equal to 1, we want to add to our complement variable the string for 0. And again, just sticking with double checking our work along the way, making sure things are running as expected. We'll run this one more time. We'll console log the complement variable. Taking a little while to load today. Okay, there we go. And that's coming out correctly. That's the string we were expecting. So the last step here is going to be to convert that back to a decimal integer instead of being in its binary representation. So we can do that by using the parseInt function. We'll pass in our complement variable and 2 to tell the function that we are converting from binary back to a regular integer. We'll run this, make sure it's passing the test cases first. Yep, looks like that's working for our example cases here. And if we submit, just to make sure everything's working. So there we go. That does solve the problem and comes up with a fairly acceptable solution here. And the key takeaways from this one are using the toString method to start with the original number and convert it to decimal. Then we're iterating through that string. We're doing the swaps of zeros and ones and building our complement variable, and then we use parseInt to convert that back into an integer. So hopefully this video was helpful. And there you go.